Right. So we have here a very unique picture. This the team AMCA. People from ADA who have slogged behind this project to bring it to this shape, and the dons of industry. To be specific, VEM Technologies, Hyderabad. And interestingly, Mr. Venkata Raju, the boss of VEM, and his son, extreme right, Rajendra, the next generation man. Eventually, when AMCA comes out, you will see a senior Rajendra there. So let me just start with the Don of ADA, Dr. Jitendra Jadhav, ADA DG. If you could just quickly introduce your team.
Yeah, thank you, Anand. It was a very challenging task, though it was looking like an engineering model, but making that model was a very challenging task. And the team under leadership of Dr. Venkata Raju has fulfilled all our aspirations, and today we have this AMCA which is ready for next experimental trials. I have Mr. Krishna Rajendra, he is the project director of AMCA, and I have Dr. Subba Reddy, who is the man behind making this AMCA from the ADA side. So he has burned the midnight oil and then it has come. And there is another man who has burned midnight oil from the IVM side is Mr. Rajendra. And we have Mr. Nagesh, who is the associate project director of AMCA.
Right. So interesting. So I liked your idea yesterday that you wanted to get the industry and the people who slogged behind it. So the AMCA story is already out. Like today morning. So just to avoid the repetitions, how challenging it was, Jadhav, for you to convince or make the industry understand I would say the difficulties, the technical challenges of this particular program. Though VEM Technologies are masters in backing India's aerospace and defense for a long time, much before these Make in India slogans all came.
So the biggest challenge was industry was not, so far no industry has made a real full aircraft. That is, VEM Technologies was having a lot of experience in making center fuselage part of the LCA, but making a total new aircraft was very much challenging. So I had to convince them that there is a lot of tool design is required, then there is a lot of machining challenges are there, then there is a jig manufacturing challenges are there, fixtures challenges are there, then the component manufacturing challenges are there. AMCA is, since it is going for a special experiments, it needs same precision like the flying AMCA. So these were the challenges, but however, VEM Technology has come forward. They have learned along with us. That was the very biggest, I think, a positive thing from the VEM. I can say that they frankly told, sir, we are doing it newly time, you have to hold us like a baby. So we said, yes, we will hold you like a baby. And then they have come, whatever we say, complete design, this, that and all. In fact, there was a material challenges. The material which is used is an aerospace grade here. It is not a normal material. So that material has to get completely characterized and all. That challenges. Then fasteners, this, that. Everything is aerospace grade here. And I think at the end, we are very happy that VEM has established the complete manufacturing setup for this thing, which can be used for the manufacturing of the aircraft also. Thank you very much.
Right. So it's natural. We will now. You can hand over the mic to Mr. Raju. So now taking off from what Jadhav has said, VEM. I'm aware the kind of support you're giving for India's aerospace and defense programs. So what were the challenges you face? Because this will be something for the first time. Though you might have spoken about it at industry meetings and seminars and all, people say hand-holding the industry role, all that, but then here is a gigantic effort, you have done, and it's quite visible. AMCA has virtually, been the I would say the hero of this air show here. What were the challenges, sir?
First of all, I must tell you, this job we have done under the guidance of ADA, steered by Dr. Jadhav garu. We have done the job with a lot of smile. We have done the job with a lot of smile every time. So his idea is, let us move on. There are a lot of challenges. Like, as you said, first starting with designing of the system. First time we are creating such a big surface engineering, joint engineering, structural engineering. We have to build the necessary infrastructure, build the teams, and we have one senior man, Mr. Babu, who has actually, with the guidance of other team actually held our hand from the beginning. They came, stayed with our team, guided our team. It is a massive engineering. I can tell you, maybe we have produced 100,000 documents. 100,000 documents.
Okay, lakhs of documents. Okay,
yeah, it is not so easy. And truckloads of drawings we generated. They have reviewed, including the critical stack-up analysis, geometric analysis, because surface area is so critical. From next then, what we have done, we have to do from that surface engineering and structural engineering, we have to convert it into a process engineering. We had a dedicated team for a process engineering, and from that process engineering converting into a tool engineering, then followed by we have to produce those tooling. So what we have done in our factory, we have identified our young and senior people together to work with our supply base in realizing the tooling. Then the ADA supported us. We started building all the composites in-house, building our own strong composite, because getting this type of a quality composites is a challenge for us. So therefore, we have built a captive composite factory. We have to build a massive assembly area because it's a large aircraft. Then, as Dr. Jadhav garu told, we have big structural parts. You can't get these parts outside. That was a big bottleneck. So we have to build our captive in-house facility to build that.
Right.
Then afterwards, your inspection is a big subject. You have not one subject. We are doing a centrifugal experience. When we are doing the centrifuge loss, it was one. So now when we are doing a big large aircraft like this, the quantum of work in terms of inspection is also quite large. So we have to augment our inspection teams. Then establishing, installing all the jigs and fixtures was a big challenge, followed by integration.
Right, so Jabbi, just interrupt you and ask you, I have been following this program ever since on the drawing board. So I used to ask different AMCA chiefs during Aero India, otherwise, when can we see this? So every time they used to say, it is getting ready in Hyderabad. So ye kitna time laga to make this?
So actually we took about 2 years realizing actually the fabrication and integration, and we also took maybe around 2 years for realizing the whole engineering, and then making the materials, qualification, all that.
Right.
Yeah.
So great. So now over to the AMCA project director. Sir, for a lot of people, this Aero India, this has come in discussion in different fashion. While I don't want to get into that, now tell me now, the roadmap is very, very clear. The challenges are clear. Also, the apprehensions of what the nation has got. When I say nation, means people who follow the program, and they also have the comparisons. So in this scenario, what is that you keep telling your team, or what is that you have in mind to spearhead this project, so that it is validated, or it is justified that yes, we need a home-based 5th generation project?
Thank you very much. This AMCA you have been following with us. As you know, this design of this particular aircraft, right from the concept, has been done by the Aeronautical Development Agency on its own. The entire aerodynamic configuration, along with the 5th generation features, have been developed by Aeronautical Development Agency with the help of the CSIR and then the DRDO labs. The technologies that are required for this aircraft have been developed. Okay. Now, when you are asking about the challenges and with respect to the global scenarios and all, this particular aircraft, right from the day one, we have kept the user in the line, and we have worked closely with the user, that is the Indian Air Force, and this design meets the complete requirements of the Indian Air Force, keeping in our adversary conditions and then the requirements detailed out to us. This design is configured to that. So this is what is our main intent, that this is a Desi design. We have not dependent on any of the foreign OEMs, and we are proud of, as a ADA, Aeronautical Development Agency, has contributed to this nation, bringing out the twin engine stealth fighter on our own without the help of any of the external agencies is a great achievement and proud of.
Right. So, sticking with you, barring the engine, which we know it is going to be 414, right?
Yes.
In terms of percentage, eventually when it comes out, what will be the Desi content? That is a question people have been asking.
Yeah. See, the
And we don't have to give the exact percentage,
Yeah.
but roughly is it between 60 to 70, 72, how is that?
we are targeting somewhere around 75% of the indigenous.
Right. Okay. So the next man. So like Jadhav has been giving a lot of credit to you. You have to please identify once again so that people would know. Yeah.
I am TC Subbareddy,
Right.
Technology Director for Product Support and Productionization.
Yeah. The technology director for product support and
Productionization.
the productionization. Apparently, he has contributed a lot to this. So what did you? Just a simple question. What did you do? You were behind this, part of VEM. You were in Hyderabad, sleeping, eating, dreaming.
Yes.
And sometimes by seeing the media report also getting shattered. Correct?
Yes.
AMCA. Yeah. So what was your experience
So,
like?
in this case, what we say, it is not just as our DG is told, it is not just like a mock-up.
Yeah.
It is basically a engineering model where the entire outer structure is the replica of the actual aircraft. Is the moment you say the materials, fasteners, including consumables, we use aerospace grade. So, and then our tolerances of the contour tolerance, what we maintain, is of the aerospace standard. So that make us challenging, that it is not just mock-up, it is actually we built, maybe I can say 65% of the actual aircraft. So in this case, what happened, the material what we use, first we standardize all the properties of the materials, then that way we design allowables we derive, and then along with them, we design the entire structure, and then entire modular structure also we made it, because tomorrow if you want to modify or do anything like open architecture like what we are putting avionics, here also structurally we have the 9 modules we made it, and individual modules tomorrow if you want to change anything I can do it. So that way we did a modularity concept, and then a lot of machining, because in these bulkheads, so regular if LCA if it is twice the size of the bulkheads, the machining capacity also is limited. That's why we try to instead of going outside as our DG suggested, we done in the VEM itself. So that actually enhance because VEM is good in the machining, so that is push the project out, and then lot of composite parts we done here. So there we have to make first the master model. From the master model we have to make a tool. From the tool I have to make the composite.
So just want to quickly ask you, how did it come to Bangalore? By truck? In parts?
This wise,
How aircraft came to
came by trailer.
By trailer, truck, huge truck.
Yes,
So
truck.
it came in parts and parts?
Yes. See what we did, fuselage without radome is one portal.
Right.
And other wing and other control
Understood. Yeah,
surfaces
like
separate.
okay. No,
Yes.
just I was very curious to know. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So it's a very interesting. So and how many youngsters were part of this, sir? In the sense,
We are myself and Mr. Balaji is there. So we both, along with one more Sudip Saha is there. So only majorly the two people, and along with that we have the senior people, Mr. S.N. Srinivasra. He is the actually group director for design, and then one Girish. He is the stress person.
Right. So
Actually,
all these people are part of your
he is
team.
part of the entire the design, conceptualization, and manufacturing.
Right now, to the young man, I think you're really blessed to have, to take off, your career in a big way with such a challenging project. I'm sure you would have done something before as well. So what was, when you looked at, when your dad and others were completely focused on this, what was the young Rajendra telling himself, looking at all this?
Firstly, it's a great opportunity for them. So it's a great opportunity given by ADA. Thank you to Jadhav sir and the complete team, Rajendra sir, Subbareddy sir and Balaji sir. See, firstly, it's a big thing to do firstly in the country. So it's a 5th generation aircraft. As when we received the order, so in later stages I have joined the program. Initially other team was involved. So later when I started involving in the core operations, I realized it's a massive thing. So I was little worried. So how to manage and how to complete this project. But with the help of ADA team, they always hand-holded us in every assembly integration. As you said to Subbareddy sir, in late nights, they all supported us in always. And the challenges in operations, as you asked, how did you get this aircraft to Bangalore?
That's another story by itself. I thought as much.
So, manufacturing a trolley to get this aircraft is a big challenge. Almost for a month, everyone worked like packing this aircraft. We didn't sleep 32 hours.
Okay, right.
So shipping this aircraft to Bangalore, we almost spent 32 hours continuously without sleeping.
And then you have to come here and again reassemble.
Yeah, again it's a big challenge. So team has supported very well.
So I want to ask you, Raj, at VEM, I'm sure a lot of youngsters were part of your team, right?
Yes.
And different levels, engineers, even at the shop floor. So, did they feel when this aircraft will eventually come back to you now, right, for various tests?
Yes.
So, did they feel bad saying goodbye to AMCA?
No, we are eagerly waiting
to get it back.
Yes.
So, yeah, okay.
So now it's like our baby.
Right.
And
so
it's a proud moment for the country.
So the big news is that AMCA is getting back to the land of nawabs and kebabs again.
Yes.
Right? Okay, great, nice smile. And this is what personally the new India, Raj and others represent. Look at that transformation, the transition from Mr. Raju and to others, and a lot of young engineers, scientists and different fields where is watching. And finally, let me just go to to Mr. Nagesh. Yeah, so those who have watched along with Dr. Kota Harinaran in the Hamara Tejas program, which we both anchored, a very familiar face. Now he is now back to ADA. Now he is the deputy.
He is the associate project technology
director. So what is that now? The AMCA days.
See, as our seniors and team leaders have told here, now the challenge is to do the experiments of this.
Okay.
It is like a relay race. Everybody has done their work. Each one has slogged their times. And now is the time for us to do the experiments and get those results which we intend as the design team.
All right. So when you say now to do some experiments, so what? You don't have to go in detail. Just what are these experiments?
Now, these are the experiments to characterize the shape and sizing which we have intended as a design, and those designs will be validated using our techniques. And then once the techniques and then the designs are matured, we may find that yes, some shaping or some other shapes we could have given or some other configurations we could have tried. All these things will be tried on their experiments right now. So it is the time now to do the next level of experiments in which we have to take the baton and run now.
Right. So over to Jadhav. I know everybody is so tired. So now this aircraft is going back after Aero India. It's going back to VEM technology. I would say hangars there. A very critical project with a lot of focus on this now. in the next 1 year, what are the things scientists and engineers will do on this? It's a 1:1 scale thing, right? So the real aircraft will be of this size,
Yes.
or it will be little bit bigger, same,
No.
same like this. So what are the engineering and scientific tests that would go on this? If you could know, this is again, this question is for, let's say, engineering students or the curious aviation seekers. You don't have to get into the details much.
So basically, the experiments which we do, as my colleague says, it is only for the characterization of our design, because this is the very critical surfaces and the geometrical design to meet the requirements. So that needs to be tested whether our geometrical design is all right to meet the requirements. So these experiments needs lot of things, and also it will be with the different size of materials, this, that and all. So it will carry on for another 1 year to do these experiments, so that we are very confident that whatever we are delivering to the user has meeting the specifications.
Right. So this, because it's just we need to wrap up. Just want to ask you one more question: is that whenever the next Aero India happens, or whenever a public, such a huge event happens, if this guy has to come back, this aircraft has to come back, then what would be it? How different that aircraft would be from this?
If it has to come back, it will have a different type of material and the other things put onto it. Also, the cockpit will be fully populated, which will be the working cockpit, so that the next time people can go inside the cockpit and enjoy the feeling of the flying aircraft.
Right. All right. So amazing. Over to Raju sir. Now, as you are listening to these experts talking about AMCA, I'm sure personally you would have also had a lot of nightmares. I know it's not an easy thing to lead an aerospace industry, private sector, because I can write many books because I have interacted with many people in the private sector. The difficulties, the challenges, the concerns, the living on the edge kind of feeling many times, however big, small you are. What is that you would now, after seeing the response, after all that here now, your plans for the next couple of, I'm not getting into again details, but with regard to this project, what is that you have in mind as a leader of VEM?
First of all, we are a proud partners to this program. Now we have, like DG announced, we have 1 year. The continuous testing, the to and fro, back and forth will be there for us. We will now gear up for that roadmap to realize the actual testing purpose, testing part. Then subsequently we will also augment our facilities for the bigger assignments, so that we will actually continue to meet their challenges, because we know what are the shortcomings in this, which we'll try to overcome. Then in future we want to give today we have come to our expectation of about 90%, because the people say it is good, but we will be benchmarking much bigger, right? We will be world class. This is what is our dream, and we'll see what are the improvements we have to do in our process engineering and training of our people, so that we come with much better accuracies and better finishes, and then we will place this system in front of world.
Right, amazing thoughts. I would want to come and visit VEM Technologies in Hyderabad. Along maybe with the ADA team when they're there, to do a different kind of story. Now over to the team leader here of AMCA. Sir, your final thoughts. Aero India is officially over, the business thing, and now what will you go back, and because there will be scrutinies, questions, a lot of things, that with these kind of big ticket projects, I would say, what is next? What is there anything bothering you, or because it is a challenging job?
Yes, certainly it's a challenging job because first time we are making a twin engine aircraft and then the 5th generation aircraft, and naturally at the end of the Aero India it has created a big hype in the entire media.
But hype versus reality.
That's what I am coming to know. Now we have promised to the government and to our users the timelines. Okay, so our major this thing will be to meet the timelines, because we have promised and we have announced that we will be flying this aircraft by the end of 2028. That's our the fundamental work that we all of us have to do it, from the engineering model to the real prototype with all the systems in place, and then making it ready to the fly is the big challenge, where we expect a lot of industry support is required for this particular program, because in the conventional mode of execution the timelines meeting may not be possible. The efficiencies of what is available with the private industry, we wanted to integrate in a big way in this program. Then only we can be able to achieve the required targets. So Aero India, this particular edition, I hope it has conveyed the message to all Indian industries that AMCA is a real, this is a program, and as a nation we all have to work together to fly this aircraft by 2028.
Amazing thoughts. Yeah, we have done it. So now, also want to just ask, not sure who will answer that. So when do we expect, I'm keeping both in the frame, when do you expect the CCS clearance to come?
CCS already came.
It's already come.
CCS is already
come. Okay,
Yes.
so what was that now is pending?
Nothing.
The money
We
has
have to do work.
Oh, that's it. Okay, so where did I go wrong in what was this? Oh, right, for the TED BF. Okay, the CC is already, the money is in the kitty.
Yes.
Already, so you have to just work. Yeah, great. So with the money is in the kitty and the deadline's very clear, and you have a very, very supportive industry like VEM, who is also like, the way Mr. Raju said that he's also set plans to just ahead of times in terms of recruiting new people, his facility expansion, all that. So does that mean now you'll have to further skip your sleep for another couple of, I would say, years, like Dr. Kalam did, like Dr. Kota did for LCA, because we know how he used to come back straight away from the airport after long foreign visits. And one car used to go with the suitcase to his house. He would hit the hangar because he will be missing, his people. He will be missing the TD1, TD2 those days. So I'm sure you will also have those kind of things now.
Yes, see, now as we know that this given a lot of experience for us, that we did almost 60 to 70% of the structure, this one. So what we want further to enhance this as a private participation and speed of the doing that, see, we identified the prominent industrial house based on our EOI expression of interest. So next time what we are trying to do is entire process based on the LCA experience, we want to rationalize, including rationalize the materials, rationalize the standard parts, and rationalize the way of working. Then previously we used to give the individual components for subcontracting. Now what we want to do, we want to give individual modules, like entire front fuselage, one module. So like that we want to change the way of working, so that the industry is having the capability. So he will give entire front fuselage one industry, like a wing one person, so that we can have the less effort in going day to day dealing of what is the small components missing, logistics.
So
that will help me in doing the work faster. So that way we are confident that the building of the entire AMCA, it will be less than 2 years. Today if we start with that, less than 2 years we can build the AMCA.
Right.
That way it is.
Right. So over to Raj now. Raj, you have heard all these seniors talking. I'm sure you would have also put some plans. You will also be discussing privately with your father. So AMCA is, perhaps, next big project along with LCA Mark II and others. So yeah, so what is that you wanted to, in the sense, what is that you have in mind to tell perhaps the young engineers, designers? Do they have an opportunity to come and join them and join this project? Do you also are planning to hire people? What is that?
Yeah, definitely. So once as seniors and colleagues mentioned, so it's a great opportunity for all Indians, and we all youngsters have big and wonderful opportunities to do. So see, after completion of my graduation and my MTech, so I never thought it's a VEM dream to produce an aircraft.
VEM dream. Okay, great. That's a
So
nice
it's a
word. VEM
vision
dream.
of
I
our
think we must
CMD.
use that as a hashtag. VEM dream. Yeah. So the VEM dream is AMCA, right?
Yeah, it's aircraft, but thanks for the opportunity from ADA. So finally, AMCA is our
Yeah.
dream project.
For all you know, you will never know by the time next 10 years. VEM will have his aircraft manufacturing division. Yeah, that's how the companies grow, isn't it? So,
Yes.
from the young man, finally, let me just have the final thoughts from Jadhav, and perhaps just couple of things you're free to not to answer. With regard, the Russians during the press conference have offered help for this particular project. You are permitted to comment on that, or you have some issues? No, you can't speak. So, but who is going to be the partner? When you say industries will come, is HAL will make this, or is it not decided?
It's not decided.
All that are very, very tricky questions,
Very
right?
tricky questions.
I'm not supposed to ask those questions. Now, so, but when time running out, when will those decisions be taken? And in
Should
the sense
be taken
next-
shortly.
Very shortly,
Very
right?
shortly.
So finally, that is it. It is a long interview, and I think I think this could be also the longest one what we did here. So once again, that is the VEM dream, the ADA dream team, as the young Raj said. So let's see what happens. Stories, I'll also want to come to the frame once. Let me see how it. Yeah, okay. So that is not happening. So tech challenges there. So that is it, guys. Signing off from this beautiful India Pavilion, where virtually this bird has virtually become whichever part you look. Former ISRO chairman Somnath was here today, Dr. Somnath. The way he went around, like a pilot, he inspected everything, and look at the energy, confidence level of these guys. I'm happy that industry voices which we don't hear. I think while I was interviewing, I also realized more of industry interactions, more of people like Raj, the next generation industry guys. We only talk about scientists, but here is the industry, tomorrow's industry dawns perhaps. And yes, so keep AMCA on radar. It's a work in progress, and as I told yesterday, let's have some faith in our scientists. Let's have some faith in the country. These are not overnight missions. These are not 2020 matches. Emotion, hard work, challenges, failures, disappointments, all part of this. They have done it with Tejas. Yes, it was delayed, but look at the way in the next couple of years, the Indian Air Force fleet will have different versions of Tejas, isn't it? As always, tricolor pin to the heart. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind. Jai Hind.